Okay, I'm back again. So, you remember I showed you last video or so that I made those teacups from those free templates. And I mentioned that I know there is a die, but I wouldn't know how to look for them. And I think it was Karen Black no, it was Mademoiselle Asphodel or Karen Black. I don't know which right now. I'm so sorry. But one of those two ladies was kind enough to message me and say to look on eBay, and the name was a Brenda Walton die. And guess what? I found it and I bought it, and I am so super happy. And it arrived yesterday. So I've been busy making little teacups. Now, I like the teacup the way it is. It just comes with this little stand here. But I really, really wanted a saucer to go with it. Mainly because you can decorate it more. Now, mine aren't decorated yet. But I will do. And maybe I will come back and show it. But I was just so happy to have this die. So I made a bunch of them. And I couldn't wait to show them all to you. So what I did, I wanted the saucer. And see, this is the way they look without the saucer, which is super cute too. Which I will make some of those also for my girls, for my two little granddaughters, just to play with. Because simply they will just play with them and then they'll be destroyed within minutes. So the ones without saucers will be for my granddaughters. And the ones with the saucers, I first cut by hand another saucer. And then I told you all a long time ago that my daughter had a Cricut that I had bought her, and she had never used it, so she gave it back to me. And guess what? There was a cartridge with this little saucer thingy on it, and it's called Lazy Labels. So I was able to cut this out by the Cricut. And of course it's perfectly round, so I cut a slit down the middle and a little tiny space in between and a little tiny circle which you can't see to make it bow. You see what I'm saying? Otherwise it would be a totally flat, like doily looking thing. So to make it bow I had to cut a little tiny hole. Well, then it wouldn't fit onto the base because you see the base has this little space in between. So what I used was, I have these little wooden pieces that I make tiles and things out of. So what I did was, I glued one of these little tiles on the bottom of the cup like this. And then I was able to adhere my saucer. So I thought that was a pretty neat idea, and I thought I'd share it with you because I did several of them, and the ones I want to use for just display, not for my two little grandbabies to play with, I did that. And on some of them I also glued one on the bottom to make it stand really firmly. So the two little teacups I made a week or two ago with the Easter decoration, what I did was I threw away the Easter cups, but I kept everything that was on there. So I will make my Easter cups now with these, because these are much, much cuter. So that's my thought there. Then I went and bought me some glass tiles. I really wanted wooden tiles, but I couldn't find the ones that were exactly 1 by 1. But I found the glass tiles that were 1 by 1. And I made just a bunch of little tiles. Now, what I've done, again, is I used the little seed beads. And I thought some of them I will use as charms, maybe on a project or on a chunky charm. I don't know. So on almost all of them but two, I glued on a little thingy, a little charm, so I could hang it maybe from something or hang something from this. I hope I'm making myself clear. And because I don't know if I'm going to use it on a project or on a chunky charm, I did both sides. Decorated both sides and used glossy accents. And like I said, I made a bunch of them, like this one. Oh, look here. Yes, here it is. There's my little charm. And this, I'll show you in a minute what I did there. This was a mistake, this little thingy, but I will show you in a minute. So, like I said, I made a bunch of them. I like this image a lot. I hope you can see. And there is the hanger. But two of them, I know I won't use on charms because they're very vintagey and I love them the most. And it's from those that I showed you earlier, but I crackled them, and these aren't crackled. This is a little angel, and I just put little silver stickles on the side and then just glossy accented. And this is the other one. I hope you can see. I love these two, and these will be on a project, on a vintagey project. And then what was I going to show you next? I've made some flowers, some vintage flowers, and I used the die that Diana Spare Marbles 2012 sent me. Let me show you the die. Yeah, it's this one. So without that die, I would have had to hand cut them, and I'm very grateful. Thank you, Diana. I'm so grateful you sent me those. So I think I showed this one earlier, but this one I haven't shown. This is very vintagey, and this little rose, I made it myself. And there's the die cuts, and I used this burlap and some sort of fabric, which I don't know what it is, and some paper. And there is actually a little flower under here that I got from Craft Supply 1, but you can't really see it, huh? And there's the rose that I made. Then I did this one, and I put a bling in it and some scraps. And I tried to make it a little bit dimensional, but it's not very, huh? So, let's see. There's another one. And these are just little tiny scraps that I've also used on my little bird's nest. You remember, maybe I told you all that I have little tiny scraps left over. And that's what I put on there first. You see, there's no rhyme or reason to it. I just glued them on. And this one I gave a little tail to. Yep. So I've been busy making those also. Here's a homemade vintagey rose out of paper. Oh, here's one that I've made with the note fabric. Well, I'll show you the ribbons that I've bought and used for this. I used basically these 3 ribbons, and I've got them all at Hobby Lobby at 50% off. This one, it's polyester. This one, it's very pretty. I think that's polyester also. And this one, which is, no, that's a lie. I didn't use this one. I used actually this one, and again, it's from Hobby Lobby, and it's nice and wide, and it fits the die perfectly. So that's the 3 ribbons that I've used for this. So I think that's, oh, my mistake I wanted to show you. Vilma had, she's Teacups and Roses, I believe. Vilma, she was showing how to make these little tiny sprays. So I made these two. This is seed beads. Let me see if you can see the seed beads. And this is the little oval. I think you call them rice beads. So then I tried to make one with the seed beads and a little tiny pink seed. And as I was twisting it, it broke off. So I think the wire that I'm using is too thin, that I might have to get me a thicker wire, because like I said, I was twisting it and it just broke off. So these are my little play items. That's what I've been doing since Sunday. And I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you all think. Thank you for your support and your kind words all the time. You guys are so great to me. And be good and kind to each other. Have a great day. Bye-bye.